Lately, some may think DIYers have gone too far, and that is clearly up for debate. Here's a quick recap leading up to where we are starting from today. This shower was original to the house, which was built in the mid-80s, so in addition to being extremely dated, it was also evident that a few leaks have been repaired over the years. The shower had to be completely gutted, and we took this opportunity to remove this low ceiling box. After most of the interior demo was done, I converted the copper pipes to PEX Type A. While redoing the plumbing, I installed this Delta 6-way diverter valve, which you'll get to see in action later in the video. All of the PEX was wrapped in pipe insulation and the ceiling insulation was put back in place. Next, the exterior framing, window, and siding all needed to be demoed and replaced with fresh studs and a nice new white vinyl window. During this process, the entire exterior bathroom wall was removed and I could actually step into my shower from the backyard. That was pretty wild. I worked quickly to replace the studs, window, and siding, which thankfully I was able to complete in one day. Some fresh rock wool insulation was added, along with canned foam, to all the nooks and crannies. It was a good feeling getting to this point, knowing the wall is water and airtight with fresh insulation. It was about at this point where we left off in the previous video. Picking up from there, I chose to install cement board as an extra peace of mind. If water ever penetrates the tile and grout, it won't easily ruin the wall behind it. I added some extra waterproofing to the shower niche and installed shims to slightly slope the windowsill into the shower. After the cement board was installed, I made a curb out of bricks, wrapped it in chicken wire, then floated a layer of cement over the bricks. I would not recommend going this route. In hindsight, it would have been way easier and faster to build a form, then pour concrete into the form to make the curb. Once the curb was complete, I was finally ready to start the shower pan and drain. I chose to install a flow effects drain and I was really happy with how the drain worked out. The shower pan process required lots of research. There are a few different ways you can build and waterproof the shower pan. The most efficient way for me was to build a dry pack pan and put a waterproof sheet membrane on top. The dry pack mix is a 5-to-1 ratio of sanded cement. I leveled and packed down a perimeter edge that ended up being about an inch above the drain. This allowed for at least a 1/4 inch of slope per foot from the edge of the pan to the drain. Then I screeded and packed the inside portions until it was smooth and uniform. I have to give a huge shout out to Tile Coach, who is a fellow YouTuber and tile installer. I learned a ton from his channel. Once the shower pan was dry, I applied a layer of thin set with a 1/4 inch notched trowel before pressing the waterproof membrane onto the shower pan. It's important not to have any air bubbles trapped under the membrane. I folded and tucked the corners into the cement board to eliminate the need for cuts or overlap in the corners. All of the cement board joints were sealed with a waterproof membrane tape that was applied in the same process using thin set. I must give a special thanks to Latacrete and their local rep, Will Galliano, for providing this bucket of Hydroban. After the seams were dry, I coated the entire shower in Hydroban. When the Hydroban dries, it feels like a layer of rubber that provides even more waterproofing to the shower. Hydroban is designed for thin set to bond directly to it when installing your tiles. At this stage, the shower is watertight and ready for tile. I was really excited to finally get started on the tile. We went with a gray sheet tile for the floor. I was careful to remove any excess thin set trapped in the grout lines before the thin set fully cured. I grouted the shower floor and made a rookie mistake by adding a little too much water to the grout. The grout still cured properly, but it dried with a white haze instead of the gray color I had picked out. From there, I started setting the wood look planks on the shower curb and the side walls. I mitered the curb and niche edges to give it a clean, modern look with minimal grout lines. After the side walls were complete, I began setting these really cool matte white 18 by 36 inch tiles with a raised geometric pattern. I went ahead and grouted the back wall while I was figuring out a solution for the windowsill. After weighing the options, I decided to cut down a giant marble tile for the sill pieces. This way I was able to keep the sill thickness down while having a consistent color all the way through the cut edge. After cutting down the sill pieces to size and mitering the ends at a 45, I rounded the edge with a grinder and polishing stone. I'm really happy with how the sill turned out, and when the sun hits the marble, you can see some translucent parts in it, which look really neat. From there, I finished grouting and used grout matching silicone in all the changes of plane. It was finally ready for the finishing touches. I installed the diverter valve trim, shower heads, and sliding glass door. If you ever have to drill through tile, the diamond-tipped mini hole saw works way better than a solid bit.
Oh, I believe he's done it. Yes, he's done it indeed. But the question remains, can art be shower?
Can shower be art? And here's the end result of many hours of design, research, and build out. The design is a culmination of some of our favorite styles and colors. We went with a modern, warm, coastal-inspired design. The 6-way diverter valve can send water to the 12-inch rain head in the center, to either shower head, and even any combination of two simultaneously. Now that the shower is finally complete, I will be moving on to installing new tile on the floor, and we already have a double sink vanity waiting to be installed. Thank you for checking out the shower build, and let me know in the comments what you think about the design.